Man. Oh. That's a human. Ah. Alright. It's human all the way next to Wanderer's head. Human, and look at the mouth and the eye. Ah. The crazy pillow that guy, like, there's this thing that when I look at this stuff, I look at it like melon, okay, and like a mouth, right? Yeah, like there's this whole side attachments, the skin attachment stuff, and the human is really messed up. So we're always gonna have, right, legs, melons, and your shoes like white and black, right? So, but like up above is like a human, okay? And that's like a shadow human, okay? So it's like a shadow human, and like when you remove, when you're like picking at your eye, you know what I'm saying? And you remove like that crust from your eye. Well, I've done it before. It's kind of like it's not too rare, but when you pick stuff out of your eye, you'll eventually get like this yellow, and it's like black. So this is like a human, okay? And to like the right, there's a BP, of course. There's a creepy BP. So, like Kai, when you were like playing Elden Ring, that's the reason, like when I was looking at Elden Ring, I was looking at the whole BP thing, So there's like this 1, 2 kind of thing. It's on the horse's neck, okay? So then there's a try, like staring at you. So this is not even like the horse's neck is like staring at you, right? And then there's a like your shoes have like the indents on them, so it's like the neck of a horse, right? And then where the heck is this? It's a very confusing picture. The whole triangle. See, like Shiver does this whole thing with the leg. So the horse's leg is doing a whole entire Shiver thing, right? but it's like this is like known as like a triangle leg. So when you're going out to places, man, like when you're going out to places or certain kinds of areas, right? Like, you know what I'm saying, right? You'll be going out to certain like areas or something. There's gonna be like this triangle horse hoof thing. You get what I'm saying? Because of this rye stuff, right? And I'm still trying, to look for Flea, okay? Because Flea is like Mario 64 stuff and that stuff, And then, black leg, like a black leg up above his arm. Okay, like Wanderer's arm, he has like a black leg that's up above his arm, and then his like wrist is having one of these dang dry faces. But okay, so when Nelly Furtado, okay, you know what I'm saying? When Nelly Furtado is like on the plate and like there's all the little crumbs that are on there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like every single like little crumbs that are on there, right? Arm, you get what I'm saying now? Yeah, right. Like, it's like like a crumb, the crumbs out of your eyes and all that. And then okay, so the whole orb thing, it's creepy, okay? It's like an orb. So when you're like looking at those shoes, okay, like the shoes, like the blue and yellow, but like yellow, okay, like blue. I go normally. The color is really hard to find, but like, okay, so blue orbs, right? But the whole thing about an orb, okay. And then the easy thing is Ico. Ico makes everything so easy because it's like a slash, right? So that's how we get to these two black holes, right? That's looking really creepy for Mario 64 stuff. But that's what it is in Ico, okay? So Ico's like like the slash, the blue, and the black. Now, the porn star tattoo, you know what I'm saying, right? The blue star and the black star kind of thing, right? That's what that is, okay? And then, like, Wanderer's hair, right? His head being like a creepy hover kind of thing, okay? And the skin, okay? So this might be on the indents of your shoes. I don't know if this is or not. But like this is the skin, this next to the shoulder, right? The whole thing of Xenoblade is being really creepy with shoulders, right? But this is like doing the whole entire more human stuff too, also, right? So kind of like it's kind of like a crazy little thing of like a human attached to a face. You get what I'm saying? Like, so it would be like a human attached to a face, And you remember when you guys were watching, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Kai? Like, or just people in general, you'd be watching Star Wars, right? Now, when Kyrie wear the brown, okay? So you have like a brown hoodie, you know what I mean? Okay, guys, so you have like the brown hoodie and he put it over his head, right? All right, okay. So and then you like see all of his like logos, right? Because Kyrie has all the logos on there, right? Don't forget the pants, right? That his friend was wearing. You know what I'm saying, right? Don't forget the pants either, right? It's a really creepy little thing we're like looking at. It's cool. This is like a sad face. You ready for the sad face? Okay, so sad face is like, remember his friend has his legs, all of like his pants, his legs and stuff, right? This is the legs, like we're getting into legs, okay, right? So when I was pointing out like the diagonal, okay, because I like to point out diagonals, we're getting an Ishtar, okay? Now Ishtar is really creepy, okay, but that's how we get into butt, like our whole butt Y stuff kind of thing, right? Okay, so that's the whole reason behind that, all right? And that's like it's so odd stuff, like really odd stuff, but like the butt, okay. So like what I'm saying, guys, right? When you like grab your fingers on a basketball, right? But you can also grab it on a female, right? And yeah. The sad eye, okay? So how else you gonna get pink eye? Maybe you grab the butt, you finger the butthole, the booty hole, right? And you get it in your eyes, right? You pick at your eyes, right? Get some pink eye, right? Really creepy, right? And then this like thing of like, where is this? This is like the whole rye. The rye is like the leg points up to do a whole BP thing, right? No, it doesn't help that Wanderer always is a creep when he's on his horse, right? Because he pins his arm back, so it's like he's like riding, right? And Rye is kind of like the darkness, right? So we're like the leg is still going to make an eye, right? Now we all have, what I'm saying, we're getting into some other creepy stuff like black eyes. So we have a bunch of anime characters, right? The creepy leg, black eyes. We got Kim Possible, guys, right? The creepy Kim Possible eyes, right? Yeah, and then we got some things that she does in certain kinds of episodes of Kim Possible, right? And the whole blackout line, okay? So Kim Possible is very scary. Like it has like all the blackout lines, like the blackout line stuff when you're like watching it, right? And white cum on your eyes, you know what I'm saying? So yes, white cum on Kim Possible's eyes, that kind of thing, right? But because we gotta get milk, okay, like milk frosting, but it's really disgusting frosting, right? From Mario 64, the cake. Now, the whole entire thing to the left is really disturbing because it's like more try stuff, right? Okay, so it's more try stuff. And they're all like a little patch over there. So that's like what it's like. Like it's like very disturbing stuff, but there's also, it has a little bit of hint of tiny faces, okay? So I always look for tiny faces, right? I always look for blue and I always look for yellow because blue and yellow are like the tiny face stuff, right? Okay. And here's like the this one is so messed up. The shoulder, so the horse's tail, right? But this is like, actually I've been going with like the symbol, you know what I'm saying? Because there's like a symbol. I've been kind of like, going to the symbol. But think about it this way, right? There's so many creepy things about this thing for the tail's horse, right? But it's kind of like this universal symbol that we know of, right? So it's like a symbol. And like, we know Kirby, of course, right? Right? So we know about Kirby, okay? Now we did have some we had crazy pictures of Kirby and everything, But one of the things that I pay attention to, and I specifically pay attention to things of this, right, is I like to pay attention to Shiver's tongue, right? Okay? So I have my reasons with Shiver, okay? And then I got the whole, it's like a, this one's like, okay, so when somebody's writing you a message, Kai, you know what I'm saying? The message, and they write the letters, and they write the bad word they shouldn't write, you know what I'm talking about, right? But they have the G's, right? And, ew, see, that's a black try up there, and that's like a black upside down face. So like your mouth is upside down, you know what I mean? And then there's 1, 2, 3, like elongated face, like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 again, side by side. You guys get what I'm saying, right? Like X, and then like kind of like another X. Okay, so this is where it gets really creepy, guys. It's gonna get creepy. I'm just trying to figure it out. It's like what the heck, right? So like skin, we're getting back to the veins, right? Okay, here's a butt Y. So yes, Shiver is really creepy in a way of like, like putting a black leg over a big man, but like a vein, you know what I'm saying? Like a vein, and doing the whole cut butt Y stuff, right? And then we got the black pubes for the horse up above. See what I'm saying? We got the pube. The pube thing will make sense though, you know what I'm saying? You see like certain kinds of shapes, right? So it's like the fire shapes. But you gotta set this horse's tail on fire or something, you know what I'm saying, right? This part's kind of, it's just like one of these really messed up things that it likes to do, okay? Like, because there are a bunch of tri-faces for the Mario 64 stuff, right? But remember, like Elden Ring, that's the whole point, okay? So like we have a room of candles, fire, right? So we have like the whole 4, right? So like the 4 holes. So that's why I'm always creeped out in Elden Ring by that, okay? Is because remember, like the whole blue and the whole theme, you know what I'm saying, right? Like the whole Elden Ring theme. And then you've got the, this is going to get really messed up if I find, like, I feel I'm going to find it right. See how this sad little face looks like right here? Ishtar is messed up, okay? So Ishtar is kind of like, you know, doing the whole who stands before me, but when you're standing, Ishtar wants you to really, you know what I'm saying? Ishtar wants you to see 1, 2, 3. Now, Kai, you remember when you were talking to your friends, right, about the 2, right? There's the 2, right? And then look what's right next to it, right? There's the creepy, right? So this is the 32, right? Now we know who wears the 32 jersey number, right, guys? Brian Branch, right? So this is like lowly dirt, right? And then we got, Brian Branch. He was, okay, so one thing I remember of Brian Branch is you know how he has like that green mouth guard? Yeah, there's some crazy things with Brian Branch. There's, this dirt's really weird. It's all below the horse, like the 2 back legs is all below, okay? And then, I really like the Mario 64 stuff, so that's why it's kind of like the whole 32, right? And then you have the V, okay? Because like the V is like the whole Shin Megami Tensei Rai kind of vengeance thing, you know? Green, okay? Because we remember, right? Shin Megami Tensei, the 4, remember the green, right? Serpent, right? And, you know, Zelda, we all know about little Zelda, right? And her tries, right? And how she's able to summon green lizards, right? Okay. Now, I have a feeling with a creepy picture like this that we could get a little bit more disturbing, right? We still have a heart up above, okay? Kind of looking like boobs, though, you know what I'm saying? That's to the right. That's all the way up. And you see the outline, like the black outline always disturbs me in Shadow of Colossus, guys. It's like the black outline, you know? And then we got our black X, of course. We got to have an X, right? Because we have to go down on this dirt stuff, right? Yes, we got a whole like pussy dick sucking whatever thing, but like that's like it's always like seeing the bigger picture, right? See how happy that thing looks like? It's like a closed eye and like a satisfied face, but then you like look at it, right? So you look at the mouth. Mouth still looks like an eye and a sad, right? Remember, what does Shiver do once again? Black leg, right? So Shiver's leg coming out of a mouth, okay? Now, I'm getting really disturbing, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm getting like really disturbing. You know when we see the 55? 55 has been messing me up because like I already know 55 is crazy, right? There's 151, right? And then like the Pokemon pack cards, right? But then there's like 51, and then there's like the S, right? So like there's all that, you know, right? And then there's like, you know, like the Venusaur keyboard, right, Kai? You know, like that keyboard is like a Venusaur keyboard, right? And then what the heck is this? Man. Oh, there! Look at that. That's really messed up. That's back to like it's back to another Shiver Tabitha Blue thing, right? Looks a little bit different, right? We don't really see the Tabitha butt this time, because we're gonna get really messed up. We have the whole glove, Garium kind of creepy boob glove thing going on, right? So like Garium, because that's why I'm a big fan of Garium. Is like Garium does this stuff that it's just like no, that's not cool, you know, that kind of thing, right? And it has like the whole Shiver, of course, Shiver, but like the reason I like looking at this kind of thing is like there's always the Shiver thing. Now, blood, Wanderer could roll, get his blood on grass, right? You see what I'm saying? Getting blood on what? You know, right? Get his blood on grass, right? And we're gonna get into some really creepy things. Hopefully, if I just look around a little bit more, but you can still see a try. Now, see what I'm saying? I'm getting really creepy with this. I like the Demi kids, like, you know, claws, right, and the paws. Because remember, Lady Gaga, she says, you know, keep the paws right off the merchandise, right? I'm telling you, I'm gonna get really messed up with this thing. It's a. Three. Yeah. Yeah. Not this one. Not this one, right? The three, kind of like a three, right? So when you have like those pants, right, Kai? Like you have like the three thing kind of, you know what I'm saying, right? And you got like the pinky, okay? So the pinky's kind of like doing that thing, right? And then like, so pair of legs, vagina, right? You know, right? Some vagina. We're getting really demented, you know, we're getting into some demented things. And then, so there's that one. I really like looking at that one. Like, okay, so I'll try and show this one. This one's kind of like you're still where this heart boobs thing is. You go down below back to the dirt, right? There'll be these tri-faces, right? And the reason I like looking at this is because you have the whole Ishtar kind of thing. Once again, back to another Ishtar kind of thing. But you see the one and the two as it's stacked up into other faces, right? So that's the whole entire thing of like looking for these tri stuff, right? And then, of course, we still have, okay, we have a little smile, right? Xenoblade, you know, a little smile, shiver kind of thing going on, right? So we have that. And then this dirt, this dirt is just like crazy grass dirt and stuff. And I'm feeling like somewhere around here is crap, right? Yeah. No, not that, right? Okay, so this is known. Remember when Travis Kelce was drawing the cursive at the Super Bowl thing? So like we have like the whole okay. And remember, Princess Zelda, she's always wearing like what, the cloak, right? This is gonna be messed up, guys. Because remember, she lays in bed, right? So that's like this is the mouth. This is the whole entire thing, right? Right? This is the whole thing. Yeah. And then this is like the shape. And then yeah, the creepy material, right? Uh-huh. Creepy material stuff, right? And then if you go like one, look at this. Look at this crap. 1, 2, 3. That's my excitement of trying to find this crap. You see that? That does not look right, you know? So that's kind of why I like to look for these things. That looks messed up. Remember, in Zelda, you're always looking at hearts, right? So like a heart face kind of thing. So that's exactly how I would look at the hearts, right? And then you go up above, sad face, right? Legs being a whole sad face kind of thing. And then remember who likes to wear white boots? Cena. You see that? Right? So my whole thing that I was trying to tell was I was trying to tell you about like because it says like Cena, she don't play around. She don't play around. She don't play. And there's even a there's even a 42 down below for like 24, 42. Well, it's crazy when you have all the numbers going, right? You got like Jahmyr Gibbs and Waymo running next to each other, right? And then do you remember what Waymo was doing after he scored a touchdown, right? And he just touchdown celebration on the Commanders. And it's a crazy picture. Where's the other one? Excitement eye, kind of like Minecraft, right? So Minecraft's been doing the whole 1, 2, 3 pattern. This is going back to the thing that was flying in the air. So Minecraft has a thumbnail, okay? Right, Minecraft it has that thumbnail, so it has the 1, 2, 3 to do like the whole thing floating in the air, right? And then down below is the claw. So that's like a claw that's right there.